Hello there. In this video, I'm going to be going over some of the ways that you can use pop-ups on your live streams in really clever ways that aren't going to annoy your viewers, but will do things like increase viewership, grow your socials, and help build a community, which is important. So let's just get started. Number one is to show your schedule on your stream. You can have a little pop-up that appears every once in a while to basically tell your viewers when you stream. If you're kind of new to streaming, one of the tips that you might see a lot in growing your viewer count is just becoming more consistent. Streaming at regular times, maybe you pick a day out of every week and you always stream on that day. Things like that are huge because it gives your viewers kind of this consistency that's really important. And it can be a little annoying trying to constantly, during your streams, tell people when you're streaming. People will often ask this. You also might try and put it in like your Twitter bio, which works, but it works a lot better if you just have an image like this on your stream that pops up every once in a while, so anybody who's watching knows. Another reason why this is super beneficial is if you turn these, if I'm playing Rocket League and I end up turning this into a highlight later, or if I have it saved as a VOD in Twitch or something like that, when people go and watch my stream later, they'll be able to see when I stream, so they'll be more likely to tune in down the road rather than having no idea when I'm going to stream next. And following someone's a pretty big commitment, especially on Twitch. So this is just a really good way to kind of help grow that community and just prove to people watching that you're consistent, which means a lot to viewers. The second way to use pop-ups is to basically take people from your stream and kind of redirect them to other places. This could be if you're trying to grow a new TikTok account, if you're just trying to grow socials in general, or you can even get creative. Let's say you turn your streams into condensed videos on a platform like YouTube. You can kind of get people onto your YouTube channel watching that content there as well. And so even just a simple pop-up with your Twitter handle, for instance, is a really good way to give viewers a chance to just pull it up on their phone and go follow you. And so rather than having to call it out or having like a Nightbot or something where somebody has to type all that in, if you could just have an image automatically showing these things, you're going to make it as easy as possible for viewers to just go follow you, which is very important. And the easier that you can make that process for them, the more likely it is that they'll kind of go through and do these things. The third one here is kind of a fun one, and this specifically uses the platform IGNTE to basically put videos on your stream that automatically pop up and have a link that pops up in chat to kind of send people. So there are lots of ways that you can use this, but the premise is, imagine you have a little banner, a little pop-up that appears that shows a video that can have sound and then basically get the attention of people to go somewhere or do something. And so it doesn't have to have sound. But a good way to think of this is whenever somebody follows your stream, you might have a little GIF that appears and then a little sound cue that's also kind of fun. For viewers, this is a really good way to get them engaged, and they'll actually kind of associate your sound cues with things that are happening. And so let's say you want to run a giveaway or you have a merch store that you've just started working on. You can create these different sound cues. So those are some of the ways that you can use pop-ups on the stream. Let's go over some of the best uses to kind of really help make this work. Because ultimately, if you're doing this, you kind of want to drive engagement and you want this to work as well as it can for you. So number one is occasionally it's a good thing to call attention to these things. It's nice because they're going to be running automatically. So let's say you want to grow, like an earlier example, you just created a TikTok account and you want to kind of get people onto that. Rather than having to constantly remember to have to call that out or set up a bot in your chat to handle all that, you could very easily just have a little pop-up that's got the Twitter icon, your handle there, and it'd be super easy to just run. And then every once in a while, maybe call out to it. Maybe if you just made a video that you really liked that you were working on, when the pop-up appears, just kind of reference that. Talk about a previous stream. And it's just a super easy way to get viewers to kind of engage with it, because if you call attention to it, they're going to be curious enough to go click on it. The second one is the placement. So in this example here with Rocket League, there are a lot of places I could put my webcam. There's also a lot of places where you could put, anything. People who like to put their viewer count or follower count, sub goals, anything like that. If you can imagine, there's only so much real estate on the screen. And so putting the pop-ups in a good spot that's not going to distract from the stream but will also kind of get some attention is super helpful. And so just like you might have multiple scenes where you move around your webcam, it's also important to think about where you put your pop-ups and kind of these banner ads within multiple scenes as well. The next one is sometimes you don't even have to use an image to really do anything. If you've got your own little stream icon, if you worked on kind of creating an emblem, or if you have like little emojis or something for your stream, sometimes just showing those off in a little image is fun. You don't necessarily always have to be getting people to go somewhere or having your viewers do something. Even just a little pop-up message that says, thank you for 100 followers if you just recently hit that, is a kind of fun way to just, get your viewers' attention and kind of show that you really appreciate what they're doing. And so you can get very creative on Ignite, like I talked about earlier, with the videos, transparency, and everything. And so while you might initially want to really focus on driving traffic somewhere, sometimes just posting something as simple as, a little smiley face that says, thanks for watching, is a great way to prove to your viewers that you really care about them. And then the last one, of course, which I've referenced, is to use Ignite to do all this. If you've gotten to this point in the video, you're probably wondering how difficult it would be to get all this set up. If you're using things like Nightbot, or if you've got different stream elements, kind of ways to run these things, it's just going to be difficult. Ignite is super easy to set up. There's links in the description, and all these things that I talked about, you can set all of this up in no time at all. Getting if like I talked about, getting people onto your TikTok or something, easy. Just copy an image from Google with TikTok's icon on it. You could easily put that into Ignite and then just enter the link to your TikTok account. And it's that easy. I mean, creating an account, getting all this set up, it's a browser source on your stream that you just have to add. And then updating this is easy. Having it run automatically is easy. So if you've looked at solutions before where you've got to kind of constantly update it, or a Nightbot like I talked about where people in chat have to enter in codes, which are always difficult, Ignite just makes it super easy to get all this going. And so that has been kind of ways to show pop-ups, as well as kind of the best ways to use them. If you want to find more information, the website is in the description below. And then also just, reach out, ask us any questions. This is kind of a fun way to think about streaming, and hopefully you'll have your own ideas, because you only have so much space on a screen. And so if you can think of some clever ways to kind of use that space using Ignite, reach out to us, because we always love to hear what you guys come up with.